we are taking on the mammoth task that is decluttering my wardrobe. I have a feeling this is going to work out to be a two-part sort of video, one where I declutter the state, that is all the clothes that I own, and then the second part will be where I put my capsule wardrobe together. I have a feeling after I declutter, I want to spend a bit of time working out what outfits I want to keep and what goes with what. There will probably be stuff I want to even get rid of after that. I have previously done a 30-day capsule wardrobe challenge and I found that experience really, really rewarding, and I've decided I'm going to go for it long term. However, in order to get to a point where I can even begin to think about that, I have got a lot of decluttering to do. I'm going to show you around in a minute. This is the room where I keep all my clothes. It's honestly a bit ridiculous when you put everything into one space and look at what you're working with. Before we start, if you haven't already, please check out my Instagram. I will try to put it here and I'll link it in the description below. I have posted all my outfits from my 30-day capsule wardrobe challenge on there, so if that's something you're interested in, please check it out. And now let me show you around. So to begin with, I've got a 3-door wardrobe, and I'm just going to mention that I'm only taking on clothes today. I'm not taking on the storage at the top because there's a lot of nonsense in there too, and I'm not taking on the shoes at the bottom. But just to give you an idea, so this is how crammed my wardrobe is. This is what we're dealing with, including that just adorably snazzy Christmas dressing gown on the right hand side there. I've also got over here this 6 set of drawers. Every single one of those is chocker, so we're going to be emptying those out as well. And then just when I thought I tackled it all, I've got 3 under the bed storage boxes which are full. They don't actually fit in this room. I have to keep those under my bed in my bedroom. I've also got a suitcase full of clothes, and I've still got some bits on the rail from my capsule wardrobe challenge. So now you've seen the situation I'm dealing with, I need a bit of a plan to decide what we're going to do. So I'm going to take out all of my clothes. I want to see everything that I've got, and then I think I'm going to start sorting into a sort of casual weekend wear pile and a workwear pile and tackle the two things separately because they are very separate things to me. I don't really have an overlap of workwear and weekend wear, so I think that's where I will start. And then I think we'll go from there. I can feel a time lapse coming on. Just out of my wardrobe. This is either casual wear or going out wear, so anything that is not workwear. Down here, so far, is my workwear, and we're not done yet, so we shall carry on, see what else we can find. Also be worth adding that I've got a few pieces in the wash as well. Not many, not loads. Mainly just what I wore yesterday because I did my washing yesterday morning. And so what I was wearing yesterday is now in the wash. I'm not sure what that is. Okay. And that's it. The other two are underwear and pyjamas, and I'm not dealing with that today. I'm starting to think this probably wasn't a good idea. Oh well, let's go. What's really bad is I know I've not been in these for so long because of the dust that's accumulated on top of them, despite the fact that they were under my bed. You see that? That's what's living on top of these. Which means whatever's in here, can't miss that much. Right. all accessories, which means, let me just double check. I don't have to deal with it. That one is for another day. That is an accessories one. Okay. Just wedge that in there. Need bigger space. How did I ever get all this stuff in here in the first place? And this, oh, we're on to a winner. This is just fancy dress, which means I don't have to look into that one either. So just to give you an idea, this pile is my workwear that I need to go through. This is everything else. I feel like this is going to be quite a long task, but I'm up for it. Let's give it a go. Okay, welcome to the chaos. This is what we are dealing with today. So I think I'm going to start with workwear. It's the smaller pile. Or should I deal with the bigger pile first? Clearly I'm not going to be very good at this. I can't even make the most basic decision. No, we'll start with everything else first, because I might find pieces in here that could be transferred into my workwear, but we'll see how we go. Right, I know ahead of time there are going to be some pieces I want to keep just on a sentimental level. I know that people doing a capsule wardrobe and a declutter probably shouldn't do this, but there are some pieces that I'm just not willing to let go of. I'm going to use the one empty under the bed storage box that I've got to contain those, and then after that we'll sort through into keeps and not keeps, and maybe have a maybe undecided pile. I feel like if I have to have a maybe pile, then I don't love it enough to be a definite yes, so I'll probably end up getting rid of a lot of stuff out of that section, but we'll see when we get there. The first thing I've got, and I'll talk you through a few bits and pieces, but I imagine most of this will just be time-lapsed because otherwise we'll all be here for hours. But I'll talk you through a few key pieces and we'll go from there. So the first thing that I reach for is this jacket. It is a Red Bull racing jacket. I used to be a really big fan of Formula One, and I had quite a few of the pieces from Red Bull just because that was the team I kind of supported, but in more recent years I've just not had an interest for it so much, but I just can't get rid of this because I love it. It was expensive anyway, but when I bought it, it was just at a time when I was still young, I didn't have a lot of money and I saved up, and this was a really expensive thing to buy, and I'm just not ready to let go of it, even though I know I won't wear it. I love it too much, it's not going anywhere. We're doing so well. First item is a keep. What else have we got? I know I'm not getting rid of this. This is my university sweatshirt. That is something that I want to keep just for sentimental value. So already that can go over there. And, oh, let's go next. What's this? Okay, this I know is a definite go. So this is just a plain black jumpsuit. I bought this in America when I was on holiday, and I just don't wear jumpsuits well, and you know, it's just a faff when you want to go to the loo. So this is a definite no. This one is leaving. This next one can go. This was actually my year 13 prom dress, and now I look at it, it looks a bit like a nightie, to be honest. The one I wore for my we had year 9 prom. I didn't go to my year 11 prom, but I was going through one of those phases where, you know, you're too cool to go to prom. So I went to my year 9 one, I went to my year 13 one, and yeah, now I look at this, I can't believe this was my prom dress. But no, that can go, don't need that. Right. Charlotte Russe dress, bought in America. I've not worn it in years, but I'm actually willing to give it another try. I'd like to see what it looks like on now. It does look like it's got a bit of a mark on the front. I'm going to give it a maybe. Where can the maybe pile go? This side. I feel like maybe can go here, and then if it's a definite yes, I'll hang it back up. Even if it's a item that normally goes in the drawers, I'll sort out the organisation afterwards and go from there. When we went to Detroit, we'd done a lot of Hard Rock cafes that year. And you will see from my collection of Hard Rock Cafe t-shirts how bonkers I am with these. They're really handy though, to be fair, for working out and just having a t-shirt to throw on when you need to. When I got, this is going to sound terrible, but when I got to the Hard Rock Cafe in Detroit, we'd already done a few more that summer ahead of time. We travelled around a little bit, and all the styles of t-shirt they had that I liked in the women's range that year, I'd already got with a different city name on, and so I had to get a hoodie instead because I didn't want to double up a t-shirt, and so I thought I'd have a hoodie. I don't wear this very often because it's really lost its shape and it's become too baggy, and I do have another one, this one, which I'll show you when we eventually get to the bottom of that pile. This one, which I prefer much more, so this is like my cozy for lounging around the house. This is the one I keep to hand. Whereas this one I don't, but I would like to keep it. So that's going in there. I think my dad bought me that one as well. My dad bought me a few of them and I bought a few, so it's nice to keep. Still got the tag on it. I bought this in America. This is Calvin Klein, and like I said in, I think it was my last video, this was during a time where I felt like every item of clothing I needed to own should be designer, and I'd eventually have only designer clothes, and guess what? Never wore it. Not going to. Charlotte, you're an idiot. Year 9 prom dress. Honestly, it's more grown up than my year 13 one that looked like a 90. I might donate this because I know, well actually I might donate a lot of it, but I know that some places offer prom dresses to girls whose families might not be able to afford to buy them one, and it's one of those sort of milestone moments, what is it, rite of passage, where, you know, every girl should get to go to a prom if she wants to. So I'm going to pass it on because someone else might get better use out of it than me. This is just a sentimental piece. This is actually one of my dad's shirts from like the 70s. I've always just kept it. I think it's hilarious that he wore this in the 70s. Sentimental, keep. It's so dingy. This is my very first Hard Rock Cafe t-shirt when I went to Florida for the, probably not the first time, but so I was old enough to actually want one of these. I was probably about 11. I definitely wouldn't fit into this, but it's sentimental, we keep it. My jumper. You all know I love this jumper from my last video. This one is not going anywhere. I'm going to hang that straight back up. Now, I'm keeping these simply because every time I go to a theme park in the UK, like Alton Towers or something, I wear the same pair of joggers every single time, just because they're the only pair of bottoms I own of any description with zip pockets, literally the only pair. And so I know I can put my phone and my little card carrier in these and wear them on roller coasters and not have to worry. So they are a keep. Next part of the fun. I am not even going to pretend for one moment, I'm not even in frame. I am not going to pretend for one moment that I'm going to wear this outside or at the gym or anywhere. Okay, just an update. I think my camera stopped filming for part of me sorting through my weekend wear clothes, but it doesn't really matter, it all would have just been time-lapsed anyway. So just to give you an update as to where we're at, I finished sorting through my weekend wear and I've hung up the bits that I'm keeping, so as you can see it's already more spacious. There's still quite a bit in there, but that's it. And I started going through my work wear. So this is what's left. This is what I'm keeping, and this is the pile of stuff to go. So in terms of what I'm keeping, it's definitely less than the stuff I've got to get rid of. I am slightly concerned that I have gotten rid of quite a bit and I'm going to have a very limited workwear wardrobe, so I do need to make sure I've got enough stuff to get me through a working week. Then on here is all the stuff that's kind of the maybe pile and stuff I still need to try on. So I'll be doing that after I finish sorting through my workwear. And then in my suitcase just here is everything I'm getting rid of. At current, before any workwear stuff goes in there, we're at 78 pieces that I'm getting rid of, so that's quite a bit. And so I'm going to finish going through my workwear now, and then I've got to really have a tidy up and a sort out. Okay, so I've got a few last bits and pieces to go through for my workwear. I already know this pair of trousers I don't want to keep. So that is everything. I've literally been through every item of clothing I own, or I should say main wardrobe items that I own. So I'm going to have a bit of a tidy up and then we will see where we need to go from there. I've tidied through everything I've got and I think I've kind of reached a bit of a natural stopping point. So I have cleared the floor of clothes. We've reached that point. There is nothing on the floor except hangers. Plenty of hangers now going spare. Over in my wardrobe, I'll show you what I've got. I have just counted and I've got 64 pieces, but this is pretty much everything, even including t-shirts, jeans and stuff, which previously I had separate drawers for. So if I include the few bits that I know I've got in the wash, that probably brings me up to 70, which is still a little higher than I would like, but compared to what it was, I'm actually really pleased how much I have gotten rid of. I have got these few items on here, which I just cannot decide what to do with. So I'm actually going to sleep on it and worry about it tomorrow, because I feel like there are things I don't want to let go of, but at the same time, I really don't need to keep. Also in my wardrobe, I just wanted to talk through a little bit of a thought process I was going through. And that is that I mix everything together. So rather than having work dresses and casual dresses or going out dresses or work jumpers and casual jumpers and the same with tops, I've mixed everything together. I kind of want to get over this idea that I have work clothes and non-work clothes. I've just chucked the whole lot together. So it might take a bit of getting used to, especially getting ready in the morning, finding what is still appropriate for workwear, because some of it will not be, some of it will be more casual. So I'm just hoping that will give me a better mindset about my wardrobe. For those of you that watched my last video about the capsule wardrobe challenge, I pointed out that there are quite a lot of my work clothes that I'm not really that keen on, and I definitely separate the two, my weekend wear and my work wear, which I imagine a lot of people do. I don't particularly think that's uncommon unless you work in a place where there isn't such a strict dress code. But I would like to be a little bit more flexible between the two. So I've still got a few more things to look at, a few more things to consider. I haven't started putting proper outfits together. That's something I think I'll save for another day because it's getting dark outside. I've been at this for hours now. It has taken a while, and I know that we lost some of the footage along the way, which is kind of annoying. But the last thing I need to show you before I go. So there you have it. I filled both sides of my suitcase and then some. All in all, that's 145 items. So I will probably get rid of a few of the ones that I'm going to look at tomorrow. I imagine we'll hit 150. So that's not bad going. When I think of it like that, when I think that I've only now kept 70 items total and I'm getting rid of nearly 150, that's an incredible downsize. And now I think about it, I'm actually really proud of that. If I just show you in here, so I can now be a person that says I have a drawer for activewear. I wasn't that person. I've been saying it all along since I started this channel. I wasn't that person. I now have a drawer for activewear. It's not typical activewear that you would find from typical active people. It's just sweatshirts that can be used for activewear, standard t-shirts, and standard jogging bottoms. There is honestly nothing fancy about it. It's just clothes that I can use for this purpose. And then this drawer hasn't changed much. This was still basics. So I've got leggings on one side and vest tops and plain t-shirts on the other. So just basics, what I would probably wear underneath something at work, maybe. So that's exactly as it was. That bottom drawer is just pajamas. That's not changed. This top drawer is just underwear. That's not changed. But I now have two entirely empty drawers. So this one was full of just jeans and non-work trousers, and just my work trousers were hung up. And this one was basically a bit of everything. Shorts, a lot of holiday wear, just a big mixture really. Things that didn't really have another home, and they were both absolutely crammed full. There is nothing except my little lightweight dressing gown on that rail, and I have got the 3 boxes. I can't believe what a mess it is in here still. The 3 boxes underneath. So the bottom one has 3 fancy dress items in and nothing else. The middle one has got a few accessories like hats, scarves, gloves, a couple of bags, and that's it. And then the top one is the one I kept for anything that was a little bit sentimental, like t-shirts from trips that I've been on, and that is literally it. So they're going to go back under the bed because I won't be accessing them on the regular. And that is pretty much it. I hope the content of this comes out okay. It's my first time filming a video where I've not just had a stationary camera and I've had to be moving around. So I'll review it and see how it looks. If it's a little bit beginner, well, I am, that's why. So if you managed to make it through, I do really appreciate that, and I'll be looking at ways to improve the quality of what I've done today. It would also help if my camera didn't give up halfway through and filmed everything. But I've given it a go. I've managed to downsize. I'm really, really pleased about it. And I think that's all I want to mention today. I will be back with another video where I actually put my capsule wardrobe together, and I will show you what I decide to do from there. I have got my shoes to still clear out. I'm sure that'll be a video in its own right. Hopefully that one can be a little bit more stationary and won't take as long. And I think that's it. So thank you so much for joining me this weekend and watching this video. If you did like it, then please do give it a thumbs up. And if you've got anything sort of feedback you want to give, I'd love to hear it. So let me know in the comments. Subscribe if you haven't already, and if you've not followed me on Instagram, and if I've not already put it on the screen once already in this video, I will leave that here. So go and check that out. And I think that's it from me. Thank you so much for being here this weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye.